everyone, and welcome back to Director Watch, an Awards Watch podcast that attempts to get inside the mind of cinema's greatest auteurs, explore what drives them, and maybe we go on a few unrelated tangents along the way. I'm Ryan McQuade, executive editor here at Awards Watch, and joining me as always is the man behind the camera, my co-host, Jay Ledbetter.
Oh, who's that knocking at the window? Who is that I see? Oh no, it's Peeping Tom. It's Peeping Tom himself. It is the end of our Powell and Pressburger series, the only solo Powell film that we will be covering, but it is definitely one that we had to cover by the nature of its
existence,
how important it is, how revolutionary it was.
Yeah, and how
reviled it was,
and how revived it has been by the Criterion Collection.
Got the 4K
blue.
Criterion treatment.
Wait, did it get 4K or just blue?
4K.
Oh, then I just got a blue.
It's gorgy. Yeah.
Yeah, I only have the blue.
I think they only released a 4K. I don't think they released a blue.
Maybe then mine was 4K. I don't know. I gotta check it.
Wow. This guy doesn't know. This guy
I don't
can't
know
tell
my
if
own
it's
media
4K or not. Wow.
Look at me. I just like a disc is a disc at this point. Did you see the speaking of media, day of recording of this? Did you see the 4K steelbook for One Battle After Another?
They do just have a blue, so you might just have the blue.
Okay, cool. Then.
I did see the steelbook 4K for One Battle.
Do you already have the 4K?
No, I don't have anything yet.
Okay.
I need to decide if I want to drop. Dude, physical media has gotten so expensive.
I know, but like, come on, man. You know you got to get this one. This is the one where you go all out for.
I dropped some money for the Speed Racer 4K Steelbook.
I did too.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way I wasn't not going to do that. Like,
I can't wait.
You know what's been making me nervous?
Hmm.
Every time Drew Goddard opens his mouth about the new Matrix movie. That's going to be terrible, isn't it?
I don't even know. I have paid so little attention to that.
Well, he wrote Project Hail Mary.
It. Is this still the Michael B. Jordan Morpheus movie?
No.
Okay, all right.
It's completely different. Like, I think that's gone. Because I think Michael B. Jordan, Academy.
That was a while ago.
Academy Award winner Michael B. Jordan.
Academy Award winner Michael B. Jordan. Congratulations to him.
That was a good moment. That feels right?
That's fun. Yeah.
Like, you like that, right? Like Michael B. Jordan winning an Oscar?
I am cool absolutely moment. It wouldn't have been my pick. Absolutely okay with him having an Oscar. Very cool.
Very cool. Him and Butler.
He was a very gracious winner.
He looked great up there. Nice suit.
He wears cool suits.
Yeah. He looked like a suit from The Matrix, to be honest with you.
He's a handsome boy.
Handsome guy. Him and Butler looking like they're going to be in that Kaczynski Miami Vice movie.
I mean, that sounds good to me.
And then there's like this big rumor that Cruise might be the villain. I don't know if that's true or not, but if that's true,
you know, I've held all my Butler stock. I still have.
All right. Did you buy some Jordan stock before he won the Oscar?
I've had a decent amount of Jordan stock. I've always been very pro Michael B. Jordan.
So you take both stocks, and you've got Kaczynski stock. You like Kaczynski.
I like Kaczynski. I mean, Maverick is where
and you had fun with F1.
Had fun with F1.
Yeah, and if Cruise
hate the idea of the Miami Vice movie.
No, I don't.
You did. Have you come back around?
I did. No, I've always kind of been like,
you thought it was so stupid.
No, I always thought, I think the Matrix idea is terrible.
Okay.
The Matrix one, I think it's terrible. If they don't have Lily and Lana, I'm out. Like, I really don't care. Goddard's been talking a lot about it because he did Project Hail Mary. And his comments were just like, it felt like ChatGPT. It didn't feel like real comments. So I wish nothing for that movie, but
I have not seen Project Hail Mary yet. I am not the biggest Goddard guy.
I don't think this is going to make you be the biggest Goddard.
He's a little cutesy.
What did you think of The Martian?
I thought it was okay and too cutesy.
I think you're going to be in that wheelhouse. But you like Lord and Miller. So
I do like Lord and Miller, but he's
a particular taste.
He's a Whedon.
Oh, he's
a Whedon tree.
Yeah, that makes sense. And you love Joss Whedon.
I feel that.
Yeah, where it's too self-relevant.
Cabin in the Woods was like, oh man,
you like that? I do like
No,
that.
I
I
was
do
like,
like that
it's
movie.
too cutesy.
Oh, okay. It's too like wink wink. It's too Tarantino ripoff adjacent.
Well, that's what
Whedon is.
what's it called was. No, the Tarantino
Bad
ripoff was
the
Bad
Bad
Times at El
Times
Royale.
Royale.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was, and that was a movie I
It's a
enjoyed
good trailer.
as a Tarantino ripoff.
Yeah,
It was
until like
way too long.
I think the
It
ending
was
kind of just leaves you with nothing, by the
it
way,
had
too.
100 great actors in it. I mean, I had a good time with it.
Had your girl in it,
Oh, which one is that?
Dakota Johnson.
Yep.
Yeah. Cynthia Erivo too. Bridges,
See,
Ham,
now you're making me
Hemsworth.
think of those Calvin Klein ads. And we might have to cancel the episode.
No, it's perfect for this episode. What are you talking about?
That's true. I felt like I
Um,
was a Peeping Tom,
but no,
watching those
out on the
Calvin Klein
Matrix.
ads.
Totally in on the Miami Vice movie, especially if Cruz is the villain. That would be like
That
A
would be
plus.
awesome. I doubt.
I
That
doubt
just
that's
doesn't
going to
feel
happen.
like something that's going to happen,
But it would be like,
especially after he gets his Oscar for Digger.
are you excited for Digger?
Right? You and I both liked Bardo. That's
Yeah,
the
we
thing.
do.
We
No,
liked
I'm not.
Bardo.
I'm not. I'm genuinely asking you these questions. I'm not trying to poke a sarcastic response out of you.
I am not. I am not.
Even though I do that every episode.
Inarritu stan by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm intrigued for sure.
You know what Inarritu gets to do? He gets to work with movie stars a lot. He's worked with Pitt. He's worked with Penn. He's worked with Blanchett. He's worked with Bardem. He's worked with Benicio del Toro, Naomi Watts,
3-time Academy Award winner Sean Penn,
Leo, Hardy.
Yeah.
Now he's working with Cruz. Like this guy, people like him.
I mean, he
People
got Edward Norton and Emma Stone in supporting parts in a
Michael
revival
Keaton
for
movie.
a former movie star.
Yeah. So actors love working with him.
I don't get it, but
Hey,
actors love working with him.
evidently people don't get PTA or Nolan or Googler or some of these people. Like when you go online,
That Babel cast is nuts.
it's nuts. The movie's terrible. But have you ever seen Babel?
No.
Don't.
Should I?
It's rough, dude. It's just bleak. He was in his bleak boy
Well,
age.
that's the Inarritu thing, man.
Well, his early movies are so bleak, and now all of his later movies are like, let me try to be funny. And
What if I was sarcastic?
What if I
liked Bardo, man.
was cynical?
I liked it.
No, I liked it because it kind of was like him showing a bit of himself more than like showing it through characters. I don't know. I liked that movie a lot. I thought it was
Kanji was
killing
throwing
it.
heat in that movie.
God, Kanji was underrated last year. He shot some good movies.
Did
I know.
He's a talent.
I'm mixed on the Eddington, but I thought the movie looked great. And
I love the Eddington and I love the Marty.
the Marty looked good. The Marty was good. You said
Marty
that
won 0 Oscars, correct?
Marty won none. Yeah. And then, Complete Unknown won none. And Dune only won 2 of the 5 the year before.
Timmy,
2
Oscar
for 24 in his movies.
Oscar poison.
Yeah. 2 out of 24 nominations have won.
Dune 3 will get it done.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I haven't watched the trailer.
Are you not going to watch the trailer? You're going to be one of those people?
I'm sure I'll probably watch it when it's in a theater eventually, but I'm not actively
You excited for it?
I'm not seeking out trailers anymore.
You excited for it?
Just not doing it. Not really,
Why?
but because I don't really like the first 2 that much.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you were kind of an apologist or like, they're good.
They're good. So yes, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I have no.
I think the movie looks like, just from the trailer, I think it looks aesthetically better than what Greg Fraser was doing. It's Linus Sandgren doing the cinematography.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who I think is actually one of
Interesting.
the good, interesting cinematographers we have working today.
Yeah.
Shot your favorite movie of the year, Wuthering Heights. It's actually,
You know what? Can't wait for that to come to VOD. Very
I'm
excited.
the same way with Crime 101.
Had a ball, man.
I want to see it, but
Had a
no
blast.
theater is showing it, and I need it on VOD. That's the only way I'm going to watch it. And I feel
You're
like
gonna
that's
have a
the
great
right-
time.
I'm going to go order a pizza, and I'm going to watch Crime 101, and I'm going to feel really
That's
good about
the
myself.
way to do it.
I think so. I'm really excited for it. I'm going to catch up on some movies. You're going to go see the Project Hail Mary this weekend?
I'm probably gonna try and go and see that this weekend.
Okay, that'll be cool.
It's long, right?
Yeah, it's like 2:30.
That's long.
It's long.
That's a lot of Lord and Miller.
It's a lot of Lord and Miller, but it's not as
I mean, everybody likes it.
yeah. I'm in the
Your voice got pretty high there.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah.
You
I
like it. You like it with
caveats.
qualifiers. Yeah.
Yeah, caveats, qualifiers. I think Gosling's great. I think we've seen this before though many times, and I think this is what happens when one good movie's come out in the first half of the year. Even though I think there's been more than one good movie, but when there's one big giant movie that's come out already, people are like, "This is the greatest movie I've ever seen," and I'm like,
So, what's your number one
it's
of the
good."
year so far?
Mirror's number three, the Christian Petzel film that I saw last year.
Oh, okay. Something that has come out for normal people.
Bone Temple.
Yeah, I wish I loved Bone Temple. Mine's Send Help.
I will tell you, there's a movie coming out. I think it's in April or May that I saw at South by. That it will be coming out, and that would probably be my answer for number one of the year so far. It's
What is
fantastic.
that?
It's a movie called Obsession. It's a horror film, and it's pretty freaking great. Kind of rules. It rips, literally rips.
Okay.
So not that we're giving recommendations out at the top of the show, but it does kind of have interesting similar themes to the movie that we're here to talk about today,
Yes.
which is Peeping Tom. Jay, we've gone through the Powell and the Pressburger films together. We're
The
here
Archers.
for a solo Archer production. Archer,
Just one of them.
just one of them. He does have the bow and the arrow at the beginning. The
But it's
Archer,
just him.
it's just him. It's kind of sad when you see it, right?
It's interesting.
It's interesting. It's kind of like this is
It's
my
jarring.
brand. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like this is my brand. Fuck you. It's mine. Um, Jay, I don't know if you've watched a lot of Michael Powell films outside of Peeping Tom or the works of Emmerich
No,
Pressburger
there's not
outside
that
of it.
many, and I haven't watched them yet.
Okay, but
But
I'm sure you know like a little bit of the history of why they
yeah,
sort of went
yeah.
down different paths. If you could maybe enlighten our audience from Tales of Hoffman to now of like why did Michael Powell get away from Emmerich Pressburger and why didn't he saddle up with him to make Peeping Tom?
I mean, really, the split started more or less with Tales of Hoffman, where
Yeah,
they had, a lot of problems with the edit of that film and the powers that be kind of being like, no, we're not gonna include this part or that part, or and Powell had very strong opinions about what he wanted included, and that it was at this point that they were sort of in the commercial wilderness to a certain extent. They weren't as valued commercially as they had been. They were a little bit out of fashion. And then what ended up happening, more or less, was their personalities kind of showed. And Pressburger was a very practical guy. I think just kind of his history, his upbringing, his background would certainly imply a kind of like, hey man, I still want to keep making movies, and I think we need to maybe slow our roll a little bit and play the game a little bit more. And then that was when Powell was like, I will never do that, and you will never make me, you absolute fool. Never gonna happen. They did continue to make films. They took a 3 or 4 year break after Tales of Hoffman, which was by far the longest they had done up to that point. They had made
yeah.
probably a dozen films in a decade or
Yeah.
so. Um, and then they did have a genuinely pretty big hit with the film The Battle of the River Plate. This World War II movie that another one I haven't seen, but is one that I am going to watch.
Yeah.
I know this is our last episode, but a little behind the scenes. We're recording this before
Mhm.
we've recorded all the other episodes. So by the time we do our rankings, I will have
Seen
seen
that
all of these
film.
films. But
Yeah.
that movie was a big hit, but by all accounts, it was sort of generic and anonymous. And then they made one more film together called Ill by Moonlight in 1957, which again, that was a black and white movie, and I think generally people were like, yeah, it's sort of just another movie. There's nothing really to it. And after that, they officially split off. Pressburger made a film by himself in that 3 or 4 year gap that I was talking about that went nowhere. It just seemed like the partnership had come to its end. There was no animosity, from what I understand. Powell described it as just kind of sad, generally.
It kind of sounds sad.
Yeah, that was they do a kind of great analysis of it in. Have you watched the Made by England documentary,
I
the
saw it like
Scorsese one?
I saw it like 2 years ago when it came out, or a year
Yeah,
ago
I
when it
just
came out.
watched it. It's so good.
It's very
It's
good.
like story time with Marty. It's like laying in bed,
It's like
got a
your
nice
favorite
warm
uncle,
bottle
your
of milk.
favorite grandpa, just kind
Yeah,
of like, let me tell you the tales
Marty's just
of
putting you to bed. Yeah.
Emmerich and Michael.
It's awesome. It's kind of a ludicrous idea for a movie, just being like, "Hey, Martin Scorsese, would you like to talk about Powell and Pressburger for over 2 hours?"
I don't know. That sounds like the greatest
Yes,
movie ever made.
and it might be the greatest movie ever made. It's great, but he obviously knew Powell very personally, and it just he loved him, and he made that great documentary. But after the split of the Archers, Michael Powell couldn't find money to make movies anymore. And he made one really low budget film, and then he tricked people into making this movie that ended up being the most hated movie of its era in Britain, Peeping Tom. And it is so funny because I didn't finish watching this movie, but I started watching the 2026 film Primate. And in the first 2.5 minutes of Primate, like a guy's face gets ripped off and you see like his skull. And I was like, this is so much more viscerally jarring than Peeping Tom. But at the time, Peeping Tom was viewed as like the work of a sick man, just like this person should be put in some sort of institution.
Like,
Absolutely hated and revived many years later. It came out the same year as Psycho,
I was going to say,
and how much it has so much in common with Psycho. The fact that it was rejected the way it was when you consider that it came out that same year is wild.
yeah. Jay, before I get your thought, I kind of want to just have this conversation back and forth with you. I know we're going to have it about the film,
Mm-hmm.
which is, I think, a very fascinating film and a very interesting film for 1960. And yeah, you brought up Psycho, and there was a lot of people that were also, when Psycho came out in America, like there were a lot of people that pushed back on Hitchcock and the violence of that film,
Sure.
and there was a lot. I think both of those films got their own sort of.
But Psycho was a big
But Psycho was a big hit. That was
celebrated deal by
yeah.
the public.
Well, it's also made by maybe the most popular director of his time,
Right.
in Hitchcock, and so somebody in a master of that craft. And not say that Michael Powell isn't a master of his craft. I mean, for God's sakes, he's one half of making these masterpieces that we've talked
But
about.
he wasn't celebrated. It's so weird.
But you
They
take
asked him-
take the guy away from, take his partner away, and it's just Michael Powell, and then you're like, oh, well, it's kind of like starting over, weirdly enough, if that makes sense.
well, it's sort of like, I mean, really, it's like, oh, so Pressburger kind of kept these things on the rails.
Yeah, because otherwise this man's going to be a freaking psychopath. You know what I mean? And yet
Oh, Michael Powell's a freak.
he's a freak.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it.
But I'm curious about your thoughts on the film. But I wanted to ask you, that sometimes I've told you over the years, you have to put yourself back into the mind of people at the time when
Oh,
you're
this is
watching
very
one
much
of these
one of those,
things.
yeah.
And this is very much one of those, right? Like when you were watching this, did you kind of have to adjust a little bit of your mindset of like what you were watching? Because I think you and I can both confidently say, like, I watched this film and I was like, well, this isn't that bad. Like this can't be like that. I've
Agreed.
seen far worse. But yet in 1960, I can understand as a psychological thriller, this could be a little unnerving for people to see, especially from the people that made a matter of life and death and like the Red Shoes, one half of that,
You don't see a drop of blood in this movie.
Not
Not a
even,
drop.
I thought you see a little bit like when he stabs himself at the end, like, but it's on
Maybe at the
the
very end you
hand,
see a little
like
bit.
it's on the
Sure,
hand, maybe. Okay.
fine.
But not
In a
like,
movie where multiple people are murdered by a sharp object, you might see a dot of blood.
correct.
And so it is very much about the implication, which I think is a very interesting approach to take. Making what was really one of the first slasher movies is really what we're dealing with here. I think when you compare it to Psycho, the striking color, the crazy color of Peeping Tom, I think it makes it just a more inherently harsh experience for the audience. And additionally, there is sort of a classic, sort of a classiness almost to Psycho, where it's a lot of people elegantly talking in rooms, sharp dialogue, things of that nature. There is never a moment really in Peeping Tom where you get to take a breath. It's almost exclusively from the point of view of a disturbed human being or other people reacting to said disturbed human being. Carl Bohm, as the lead, is in basically every scene, and he is the driving force of pretty much every scene. And he's giving a phenomenally disturbed performance. And it is oppressively stylized from scene one. We are treated to it's just madness. And it's madness about the process of making movies. That's the lasting legacy of Peeping Tom, is it's a movie about the madness of making movies. The movie that it made me think of most while I was watching it was, and it's a movie I bring up a lot because I love it, it was The Fabelmans, which is a movie about like the dissociation of making movies and how a desire to tell stories distances you from your own humanity, and the desire to be empathetic on screen pulls you away from the sympathy of the lived experience that you're having. And this is a film about the constant need to put people on film, is a sort of psychosis in its own way. And the way that filmmaking and showing things on film has consumed Michael Powell in ways that track when you look at the breakup of Powell and Pressburger. He was the obsessive dreamer who was just like, my vision will be fulfilled, and that is the beginning and end of it. This is taking it to a more psychological extreme,
Sinister
but
level. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's still, I mean,
There.
it
Yeah.
totally tracks with, you can imprint the experience of Mark in this movie onto Michael Powell, especially at this point in his career where he was so obsessed with wanting to be able to still make movies and make movies the way that he wanted to make movies. It is a movie I really like. I don't love. I, in kind of reading about it, there's a lot of people who find this to be a very emotionally engaging, sad film.
Mm.
I mostly find it to be a thrilling aesthetic experience with not a ton of emotion attached to it. But I do understand the reads of Mark as this inherently enthusiastically sad man, which he absolutely is, and we get a little bit of a taste of that with the home movies that we see that his dad made. It's a For me, it's more of sort of a shorthand. backstory, but it's one that does the job in the way that a slasher movie should, which really at the end of the day is what this is. It's it's a pretty thrilling movie at times. I think the performances across the board are very great, and most of all, it's just Powell flexing his visual prowess. It just looks amazing. They don't make them like this anymore, man. That's the bottom line.
I totally agree with you, Jay. Um, Again, you have to sort of subject yourself back into the mind of
For
somebody in
me,
the
never scary.
1960s.
Like not
Not a scary
one,
movie.
not one time
No,
scary.
I think it's not scary. I think it's creepy and
It's
an
creepy.
intention, and that's what it's supposed to feel like. I don't think of it as like terrifying. Um, Movies like this can, when they age, can feel a little, more creepy than they are horrifying. I don't think that Psycho is a particularly scary film, even though it plays in the horror genre.
Agreed. Yeah.
I think that that movie is just, it's creepy. It gets under it gets under your skin a little bit.
Psycho better than Peeping Tom.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest
Okay.
movies
All
ever
right.
made.
Okay.
Like,
Just making sure we were aligned there.
not my favorite Hitchcock, but
Same. What's your
but
fave?
I mean, it's oh, that's tough.
I'm a
Probably
Rear Window boy.
I go back and forth between Rebecca and Vertigo. Those are the two I think that I think about a lot.
Vertigo rules.
Vertigo rules.
Not the biggest Rebecca fan.
I know you're
I
not.
respect it.
I think you really should give that a rewatch someday.
Maybe I will.
Well, maybe you should. Vertigo though is one of those where you're like, yeah, I get why this is on the lists of things, but Rear Window's wonderful. So is North by Northwest, and uh, I'm a big fan of like Rope too, and Strangers on a Train. Hitchcock's got, that Hitchcock. He's pretty good at his job. Lady
It's pretty good.
Vanishes. He's pretty good. He's got a lot of great stuff. But when I was watching this, put yourself back in the mind of somebody watching this back then, especially in merry old London, and watching this thing, and I think you would feel probably very disturbed when walking into the cinema and being told, "Hey, you want to go see the new Michael Powell movie? It's oh, what did Michael Powell do? Well, he was the director of The Red Shoes. Well, I love that one, darling. Let's go to the cinema." And then you go see this, and I would probably feel, what the fuck is going on in that guy's head? Where's Pressburger when you need him?
For sure.
And but yet I found the movie to be, like you said, Jay, such a fascinating exercise in a visualist mind. And because on the page, like, I don't think you and I, we've kind of tried to give him enough credit for his work on the page with Pressburger, but Michael Powell's mostly known as the visualist within the partnership.
Right.
And when you watch Peeping Tom, like on the page, it's a pretty standardly written film.
Yeah.
There's nothing really like, flexing in terms of the usual dialogue that you found in a Powell and Pressburger movie to be so polished and flourishing. And in this, it's much more about like, what is that camera doing? What is it saying about our protagonist here? What is it saying about what we see through his eyes? What does it say about this sort of disturbing journey we go on with Mark, about this lifelong obsession to complete this film that started when his father essentially abused him, right? And it's a cycle
Hmm.
of abuse and a cycle of violence that's generational. And if you want to just look at it like that through the character, it's a very fascinating method to see that the visual language of a camera and what that can do on the mindset, and how much of an impression it can leave on someone like that. And then, Jay, you kind of knocked it out of the park with your analysis here. It is a fascinating study into the limits an artist can go when they are allowed or they allow themselves to kind of push themselves to
Yeah.
the line and how far they can go
Artistic
either to it.
compulsion.
Yeah, exactly. And how far if they could go over it for the time. I mean, these guys, we talk about their films. They were a little naughty in terms of the establishment for some of their stuff. They did push back. Like, you know, when we talked about Colonel Blimp, like that was not a well received film back at home. You know, because of the depictions of a Nazi character in that film, regardless of the sympathy of that. You know,
Also, yeah, that was just a movie that was inherently satirical.
yes, of its country and
That
and of
movie's so
its
crazy. Movie rules.
and movie rules. So it's not like this guy has had a squeaky clean resume. It's not that he's also super punk and against the establishment either. But it is interesting to see that like when he is taken away, he's portraying a film about someone that is a loner and an outsider and very creepy and keeps to himself and can only really express or see the world with this camera attached to him.
Yeah.
And it's such an interesting thing as a director who is out of his partnership and now alone in an artistic world to now be the one that is, you know, maybe it could feel odd or it could feel different than what he's been doing for 2 decades. And so I found that to be very fascinating. I think once again, some of the shots in the movie early on, just the way he's using the camera almost with that bullseye lens, right? Of like the bullseye being on the victim, the like attachment of the knife, which is one of the more sillier ways I think I've ever seen a
And
slasher.
it is a silly
It's a
signature weapon.
it's a very silly, but also like done so that the camera can see the victim's reaction to their
It
own
all
death.
comes back to the camera. Yeah.
It always does. Like it's telling a story, no matter how much
The
it's
very,
willing,
very phallic camera.
yes, to and how much it's willing to take and really destroy of the mostly female victims that he's after. I found that to actually be kind of interesting too, like a kind of a commentary a little bit of like the times of like when you read about the 40s, 50s and 60s, Jay, and you hear a lot about actresses and how they were under contract in the 30s too. How old Hollywood sort of had them under the thumb of the studio and they would be making, you know, 20 pictures a year. It felt like, you know, I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, some of these women were just used like like cattle for slaughter. And it's very interesting then that like, you know, that's kind of how I think it, you know, if you want to take it all the way to that step of what he's saying there, with it
Well,
only
sure.
being
The
mostly female victims.
disposability of
Yeah.
the actresses in the film.
Yeah. I think that there's,
Obviously, Maura Shearer is a she's a stand-in. She's not
she's
like an actress, but
no, but I still think like any
also she looks
women,
great.
she looks great. But I do think that it doesn't matter because like any woman can be like that. Like they just use and abuse them until they're ready to dispose them. And that's sort of the history of not just Hollywood, but the filmmaking in general. I mean, you know, like you're saying, like she looks great in this, but like outside of their projects, like what did she really do? Did she get that ticket to Hollywood? Did she get a chance to really have a career outside of their films? Not really, you know? And so I think I think there's a little bit more inside of there. I don't find the film to be on the level of masterpieces that we have talked about, but that's also not fair because those films are masterpieces and it's very difficult to sort of you know, try to hold them up to those standards. But I think Powell's doing some very interesting things, and I do understand this is why this would get under people's skin. This sort of very creepy way of looking and longing and obsessing and violently urging women. And I don't think when you do stuff like that with the camera, like the way he's doing here, I don't think people were ready to have a conversation like that. And when people aren't ready to have a conversation like that, they reject it. They reject things that I don't think they either fully understand or fully want to have a conversation about. And so they reject it, or or they move it aside, or it's not what they expected, or it is
It's a very off-putting movie.
off-putting. Yeah, it's not. This is not a crowd pleaser.
You don't leave this movie being like, great time.
Give me a hug. You know what I mean? Like,
This would be up there with Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the feel bad movie of Christmas.
But
was that the marketing they used for Girl with Dragon Tattoo?
Yes, they did. I still remember that. Like what was it?
What a masterpiece.
What Led Zeppelin song did they use?
Immigrant Song. Yeah.
That's great. That's great.
That movie is a masterpiece.
Yeah. That David Fincher, he does really good work.
He's great. We got a David Fincher movie coming soon.
Yes, we do. I'm very excited for it.
When did they say? August?
That's the rumor. It has not been confirmed.
Not official. Okay.
Not official. We can't go on that just yet. This also just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel
August
right.
For that movie?
No, because I feel like that's going to go to a film festival and it won't go to Cannes because of the Netflix stuff. So I feel like it'll go to Venice. So I think it's going to probably
that feels like not a movie that should premiere at Venice.
It totally should. Fincher's last two movies. The Killer premiered over there. He likes to go over there.
And Netflix does.
That movie should be released in the summer. That's a summer.
I agree. That's not a movie that will play at Venice.
It would, because he's a big filmmaker, and Netflix has a presence over there.
Well, Netflix, it's a Netflix thing. It's not a Fincher thing.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to take it there.
That's Netflix's festival. It's too genre-y to play. Well, I guess
they just played Frankenstein there. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, well, Frankenstein's like a really prestigious genre. You know what I mean? It's too junky for Venice.
Well, what's The Killer? Too polished?
Well, The Killer shouldn't have premiered there either. The Killer was, by all accounts,
I'm just telling you, it did.
Commercial.
Don't get on my ass. Don't kill the messenger. It went over there. I don't give a shit. I just want to see it in a theater.
What about what was the Catherine Bigelow movie?
Oh, House of Dynamite.
Yeah, that went over great.
God, did you watch that?
Yeah, bad. Like quite bad.
Did you?
One of the more disappointing movies of 2025.
I would definitely say so. Did you ever watch After the Hunt?
No, haven't gotten there yet.
Will you?
I will.
Okay. Did you watch Ammonite, the Daniel Day-Lewis movie?
Anemone?
Or Anemone. Sorry, why did I call it Ammonite? That's the Kate Winslet Saoirse Ronan movie. That's also
the Saoirse Ronan movie. Yeah. No, I haven't watched it. I need to get to that one too. Those are just two movies that I have not heard a single good word about.
Jay, when I was in New York, I saw those movies 3 days in a row, and I was like, please God, please show me a good movie, because I saw One Battle for the first time before, and I was like, I need to see a good movie. And so I went to see One Battle in IMAX again. And I was just like, oh, thank God.
Movies are good.
There can be good movies. It does actually exist. Like, anybody out there that's mad about One Battle After Another, I need you to watch those 3 movies in a row and understand that, like, it can be bleak times, folks. Especially House of Dynamite.
The One Battle backlash, it's inevitable with any Best Picture winner.
I think it would have happened with either one of those films, to be honest with you.
It would have happened with Sinners.
Oh yeah, it is happening with it. It happens with all of them. And then, you know what's funny? In 5 years, people are like, you know what's a good movie? Honora. You know what I mean? Like they'll do that. Like
Honora is a good movie.
I know, but like last year when Honora won, they're like, worst Best Picture movie ever.
Yeah.
And then like literally a year later, like, I actually kind of like that film. It's really, really good. You know what I mean? So you see it all the time.
It is good, but it's just it is not. Nora especially is not a mainstream movie.
No,
you know,
no. I think that's
not that an Oscar winner has to be a mainstream movie.
No, it doesn't have to be.
My guess is that a Nora winning probably played into the lower Oscar ratings this year. slightly.
Really?
That's my guess.
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense that they were lower, right?
People that watched last year were probably like, well, I have no relationship with this movie that
Yeah,
won all
but you
these
would think
awards.
that because people like, I read didn't you read something where like they dropped after Chalamet lost because because the Chalamet fans
But that was so late.
was so late too. I don't know. I don't know why. If you were a big Sinners fan, there are a lot of people. If everyone
My
out
guess is
there's
it was because people that watched last year were like, oh, I don't want to watch again. I didn't really have a,
yeah, but I
you
think
know.
the films were a little bit more popular than they were last year.
Right, I know, but
Well, I guess that's not true because
if you
The
were
Wicked movie was up.
frustrated by,
Probably that
but
movie losing.
the true players this year, I mean, Sinners and One Battle were pretty big movies,
Yeah, but
a
they
lot
weren't
bigger than
huge.
Anora,
But they weren't huge.
a lot bigger than Anora.
Yeah, but a lot bigger. Not as big as like Wicked or Dune Part Two.
No, that's fine.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, I'm talking to you here, man. We're in concert.
My guess, my armchair psychology analysis is that it was because people felt distanced by
Last year,
last year. Yeah.
even though
I mean, imagine being a semi-casual movie person
mm,
and then watching that whole award ceremony and seeing Anora get, how many wins did Anora have?
five,
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 including three huge ones.
four huge ones.
Screenplay, I guess you're including.
Yeah, it's above the line.
Yeah.
Screenplay, director, picture, actress,
four of the
and
yeah,
then
whatever,
editing, and
eight
then it won
most
editing.
important awards it
Yeah,
won,
yeah.
and you're kind of like, what is that?
And then the Brody
What?
speech.
Well, that would have
I
had
mean,
me coming
I'm
back
not.
for seconds. The Adrian Brody performance at the 2026 Oscars was,
Rough.
to me, more embarrassing than Sean Penn not showing up to the award ceremony.
Well, I don't think Sean Penn not showing up was embarrassing.
Why?
I mean, unlike Kieran Culkin, he's actually
he
doing
doesn't
something.
care.
No, he was in fucking the Ukraine with Zelensky, like, and doing whatever he needs to do there. Like, he's unlike Kieran Culkin. He's actually like trying to help a cause there, as opposed to Kieran Culkin being a little smug asshole.
No. Kieran Culkin was justified in what he did. I'm Team Kieran on that one.
Nah, Culkin's a dick.
I'm Team Kieran on
Culkin
that one.
would here's the thing: get Kieran Culkin to the Ukraine, then you can talk. Then he can talk. That guy's got smooth hands, man. He's never lifted a thing in his life.
Sean Penn ain't doing nothing over there. Sean Penn only has coarse hands because he's burned them with cigarettes so
That's
many
fair.
times.
But you know what? Good on him. Good on him.
We're not going to have this conversation, but I think it is so funny to me that after all, like they were like, Chalamet hasn't really acted with much decorum throughout this process. I'm not sure we can give him the award. Meanwhile, they're like, Sean Penn, though, the guy who completely rejects the entire idea of these awards. Let's give him a third.
Remember, like in the 2010s when Joaquin Phoenix made massive statements saying that like award shows are bullshit and none of it matters. And then about 5 years later, he went and won every award for Joker. Yeah. So like, yeah.
Well, Joker was undeniable.
Oh yeah, everybody. We had Joker Nation.
Speaking of Venice,
yeah. I just think they like the performance. Sue them, I think they like Lockjaw.
That's. Oh yeah. Well, sure, but
yeah,
there have been many instances of people winning awards for things other than the performance and being dinged for things not involved.
I think just some people.
But a guy that already has 2 Oscars, that is a known jerk.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
They're just like, whatever.
It doesn't matter.
It didn't matter. No, it doesn't not matter. It didn't matter for him.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter.
It matters for many other people, but
correct.
Not for him. It's funny.
Yeah, it is. But they also made Sean Penn wait a bunch too. He had like 3 nominations before he won for Mystic River. So
now he has 3, and there's like 10 people that have 3 acting Oscars.
It's 8, I believe.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like Walter Brennan,
McCauley,
Jack Nicholson, and
Daniel
and Daniel
Day-Lewis,
Day-Lewis and Sean Penn.
Hepburn.
And Hepburn, Streep, Francis McDormand.
Yep.
I think so I think it's just 7. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
I don't know.
I have
Either
to
way,
look it
it's
up.
not that many.
I mean, also, I will say Francis didn't do a lot of campaigning in 2020, but then again, nobody did because it was a pandemic. So
But she wasn't actively combative to the entire process.
I don't think she likes doing it.
No, I don't either. But
I
she
don't think she
wasn't
likes
like
doing it.
smoking cigarettes at the Golden Globes.
I think she was pretty just like when she won that 3rd Oscar, she was kind of like, fuck, I got to go up there again.
We were endeared by her indifference that season.
Yeah. There's a little. I think she was more happy.
I was not endeared by Sean Penn.
Well, you know why? Because he wasn't around enough for you to feel it either way.
Well, that actually might have been the best thing he could have done. Is not been around.
I think you know what? We had the tie in the live action category, and those 2 people needed to speak, and he just gave them their time. If anything, he's being just generous.
Sean Penn was playing.
What a chivalrous move.
Defense the whole season. He was just like, I've got a big enough lead. I'm gonna stay out of the way.
Yeah, it's kind of badass.
It's not.
I kind of respect it. I kind of just respect you. You're like, I haven't made like an actual decent dent in society, in like cinematic society in like a decade and a half. And when I do, they still want to give me awards, regardless of the gobbledygook that's come out of my mouth in that.
It's just period. I don't know.
I love it. I think it's a great win.
They could have given an award to Delroy Lindo, and that would have been cool.
Nah.
You know?
Should give it.
It's not my favorite Delroy Lindo performance.
Well, now you're just giving it to him because you just want Delroy Lindo to have an Oscar. You're not giving it to him off the performance.
And that would be the first time that ever happened at the Oscars.
Correct. It would be.
That'd be the first time that they ever gave it to somebody, not for merit, but for legacy.
Yeah. Could have done the same thing for Stellan Skarsgård, too.
That he's great in that movie.
You would have loved it to go to a Lordy.
If it went to a Lordy,
you would have been mad.
You know how I watched the Oscars?
Which, by the way, you actually did watch the Oscars.
And this is the way that I will continue to watch the Oscars. And some people will be mad at me.
You recorded it, didn't you?
I recorded them.
Waited an hour.
Skipped the speeches that I didn't care about.
Okay.
Skipped all the commercials.
So that was like what? So which speeches did you skip so that we know?
I skipped the tie speeches.
Wow. So the shorts don't matter for Jay.
The short should not be on the broadcast. That's my take. Like
we've talked about this.
Yeah,
this is a really dick move by you.
Yeah, whatever.
But I told you, I think that just moving to the night before, do something the night before.
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah. Have the honoraries there too.
It was a lot of speeches skipped.
Well, it's okay. It seemed like the Academy was cutting people off left and right that night.
I watched all the bits. And I mean, by the time you skip the commercials, that cuts the ceremony down from, what was it, like 3.5?
It's 3:45.
A little over 3:45. That cuts it down to 2.5.
Yeah,
like immediately
makes it more digestible for you.
Yeah, and then by the time I
did you like Conan?
The stuff that I thought Conan was not very good.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of uneven.
Yeah, I didn't think his
kind of a bummer, isn't it?
Was that good. The opera thing I didn't think played. Good Lord, how many times did they bring up the freaking opera ballet stuff? That's crazy.
You know, I got to tell you, in my office, that's like the number one thing people have been talking about the last couple of weeks.
That's so weird.
It's so crazy how like that's the thing that has branched out. You know what I'm saying? Like when things branch out from our bubble and break out, and that stupid quote that he's been saying for 8-9 years.
It didn't cost him an Oscar because that didn't become big until after voting closed. But honestly, it might cost him the next Oscar.
It might cost him an Oscar now for instead of like 5 years.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though he's probably weird. I mean, he's got Dune and then probably the Wonka sequel, so he's not winning an Oscar anytime soon.
He's got another Mangold movie, I think.
Oh, that one's supposed to be good. Like, isn't it like a motocross like heist movie?
Yeah, I think it's a crime movie of some variety.
Yeah, I'm kind of in on that.
Kind of in on it.
I'm in on crime movies right now.
Crime 101. You should
I think we should just
basics.
I think we should just make like really good, fun crime movies.
They're maybe the best movies that have ever been made.
Super easy. That and horror movies. Just keep making those, and I think we can live very, very well.
It's a movie called Heat that I like quite a lot.
You know that guy, Michael Mann? He's pretty
pretty
good at
good.
his job.
It's
Yeah.
pretty good.
But no, I mean, at least you watched it. Did you have a favorite speech?
Um, a Kugler.
Coogler.
Yeah, Kugler made me well up. Yeah,
And you're not a big Sinners guy.
I like Sinners a lot. It's not in my top 10 of last year, but I like it a lot.
Yeah.
The
But how can
experience of watching that movie in the theater was great.
I gotta tell you, the best feeling of the night was watching PTA get hit the adapted screenplay and then watching Coogler get the original screenplay.
That was a great
It's just a great 1-2
10
punch.
minutes or whatever.
Yeah, it's just like, why can't we do this all night? Can we just give every award to them? Because they are like, they seem very nervous, but they also seem like really two great guys, and they are. Kugler's very nice. PTA is very nice. They're very nice guys.
All year. I was like, it'd be so cool if PTA never won an Oscar.
He has been saying this to me, folks.
That puts him in this great
rarefied
lineage
era
of auteurs who
with Bob Altman
are too cool to win it. Kubrick, Hitchcock,
Altman.
You name but it. He was so appreciative. I didn't expect him to care that much because I know that Kubrick didn't care that much.
No.
I'm pretty confident that Altman didn't care that much.
I think he was just very gracious.
But PTA really understood the historical context of the achievement.
I did like
now he has 3 Oscars. Now he has more Oscars than Scorsese. He has more Oscars than
Nolan.
A bunch of people. Yeah.
He has as many as Spielberg.
Does he have as many as Spielberg or one less than Spielberg?
I think does Spielberg have 3?
I think Spielberg has 4.
Does Spielberg has 4? I can check that. Maybe you're right. Either way, it's great.
Yeah. Either way. I mean, PTA, obviously the nature of him being the screenwriter helps.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it really does help because
you can get double. It's like how Norway won the Olympic medal count in the Winter Olympics is because there's 6,000 cross-country skiing events.
Spielberg has 3.
He's tied with Spielberg.
Yeah. Spielberg's got the director picture win for Schindler's List and the director win for Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
I was doing this with you know what the crazy thing is? I was doing this with my wife the other night and I was talking about Ludwig Göransson, who won his 3rd. Speaking of people that won their 3rd.
Score now. Yeah.
You know, everybody gets mad at Sean Penn for winning his 3rd, and fucking Ludwig Göransson wins his 3rd. And nobody's fucking saying shit about that, by the way.
Well, it's Ludwig showed up.
Johnny Greenwood could have one about overdue as anybody else, and that score is amazing. Or Max Richter, for God's sakes, you know. Or the fucking score for Marty Supreme that wasn't even nominated.
Marty Supreme is the one that I would have chosen.
That's crazy.
I don't think One Battle was the one that should have gotten Greenwood his Oscar.
Oh, absolutely, it should have.
It's a great score, but that's also, I mean, the needle drops in that movie are.
I mean, those are but that's every PTA movie. What the fuck are you talking about? Like every PTA
not
movie.
Every PTA movie. Not There Will Be Blood. Not The Master.
Master has needle drops in it that are great. Don't even start.
Not in the same way. You don't have Steely Dan coming in and just dropping a hammer.
Not in your cut of the movie. They are my cut of The Master.
Steely Dan was in the director's cut of The Master?
Yeah, he didn't see that version. No, I mean, but they didn't make the score for There Will Be Blood eligible. You know the score he should have won for?
Yeah.
Honestly?
Which one?
P-Thread.
Absolutely, yeah.
Over Desplat, who had already won one. Again, another person already won one.
Was that Shape
of Water? Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good score, but
Come on. But you know, Linwood's going to.
When was the last time anybody watched The Shape of Water?
That's probably Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
I was talking about that the other day. Megan was like, well, how many times has PTA been nominated? And I went down all the, why didn't he win for Phantom Thread? I was like, Guillermo del Toro. She went, oh, that's right. Shape of Water. And she's a big del Toro apologist. She loves del Toro. She's like, I haven't really had the urge to ever watch that movie again. And I'm like, I don't think anybody else did.
No.
I don't think.
I'm just sort of, whatever. Seems like a nice guy.
I did tell on the pod the night after the Oscars, I said, Jay, I think Del Toro's going to win another directing Oscar because people just like him so goddamn much. He's
He's a
just so
very likable
lovable.
guy.
He's just so nice.
He loves movies.
And people love him. Like, it's just,
He's an
there's some,
incredible ambassador for cinema.
yes, he is. That really sucks because I don't think his movies deserve nearly as
But so is
much.
Spielberg, and he's only gotten the
Yeah, but okay.
gotten...
But like, it's Steven Spielberg. Like, I took time out of my schedule at South by to go watch him and Sean
No, but what I'm saying
talk
is
for an hour about just stuff that I've heard
what
him
I'm
talk
saying
about
is
a million times
Spielberg should
before.
probably have more.
Oh yeah. I mean, it took forever for Spielberg to win. They were like, it's kind of like the Nolan thing. They're like, you can make all your like cutesy sci-fi
Yeah.
blockbuster bullshits, but like when you make a real movie, then you can win your Oscar. And then he did with with Oppenheimer and Schindler's List.
Yeah.
That's it. And those are the same.
I've been meaning to rewatch Schindler's List recently, which is a weird thing to say.
You know, watch that with the kid.
Yeah, we're gonna have a family movie night, watch a little
Schindler's List. Yeah, and then come and see to as the chaser. Yeah, you know, which that's a tough movie to get through.
That's the movie.
Much
I'm
like
getting a little
for 1960s audience, Peeping Tom was.
Well, you want to hear what I'm about to say?
Okay, here we go.
Unrelated to Peeping Tom, then we'll get back to it.
Yeah, we got to get back to it.
I'm getting a little worried about Disclosure Day.
Oh God, what are you doing? Why do you do this to yourself?
I do it to myself.
You do this to yourself way too much. And I think people are going to get fucking tired of it on this show. Because every year you do this to yourself.
So here's the thing. I'm genuinely a little worried about Disclosure Day. I'm not worried about Odyssey. The Odyssey has like a super high floor. I'm just worried that its ceiling isn't high. The Odyssey.
You're going to see that movie in film, and then you're just going to go, "Oh, this is a great movie."
Oh yeah, I'm going to declare the future of cinema dead because it'll never be matched by the Odyssey. I don't know. We'll see.
You know what I think? Give it to me.
They're both going to be awesome.
I think they're both going to be awesome.
Oh, I can't wait. I mean, I can't wait for both of them.
I think Spielberg's been on a little bit of a heater, and
that I think this last film run for him
he's killing it.
Immaculate.
He's killing it.
West Side Story. Where are you at on West Side Story?
I actually think this version that he made is better than the original.
I agree. Thank you.
I think so. That's at least for me. I know that's blasphemous for some people, but it's just some of the shit he's doing with the camera and just the way that the movie moves. It's just got an energy to it. I know the originals. It is what it is, but like something about this new one, and then the Fablemans. You know where I'm at with that. Like I think that's
you and I both are like one of the best movies of the decade.
You know, people shit talking me again because you know with all the Oscar stuff. You know, I was putting rankings out of like the last 10 years because people were doing that prompt. I had Everything Everywhere All at Once low, and people were like, "You fucking hate that movie," and it's like, no, I don't hate that movie. I think it's a good movie, but I think there were much better movies that year that were nominated that should have won. And somebody messaged me. I was like, "What movies do you think that is?" And I was like, "Well, I think Tar should have won more." And then I thought Banshees of Inisherin was really great, and then Fablemans. And I know some people like yourself, Jay, you'd say Maverick. You know what I mean? Because that came out that year, and you love Maverick.
Yeah, I love Maverick.
Maverick's like I think maybe the most popular movie of the decade. I would say because like everybody loves that movie. There's not a single person that hates that. Maybe outside of Eric, but everybody
is the defining blockbuster of the decade. Probably
it's the one that brought us all back to the theater.
Yeah.
It's when we were like, "Hey, Cruise has still got it." Cruise, man,
mended the Spielberg
Cruise relationship.
Tom Cruise relationship. Yep.
That video where Spielberg was super Mr. Cynical about movies, and then he goes, it was at the Oscar luncheon. He said, "You really saved the cinemas. You did it."
That was awesome.
I was like, man, that's so nice. Anyway, Peeping Tom,
a great film that we are giving short shrift.
That's what you're doing. Talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, it is very interesting to me that second build in this film is Moira Shearer. I just think that's funny. It was probably just because she was the bigger name. She's in the movie for 7 minutes, but
Yeah.
she does just look so good on this film. You know, it's not Technicolor, but it feels very reminiscent of Technicolor. It is that very expressionistic use of color that we are so used to from Michael Powell. The way that I love the score for this movie. It's
Oh yeah.
mostly, honestly, it kind of reminds me of One Battle After Another. It's a lot of like
Ding 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 ding.
single key
Yeah.
piano.
Ding
Yeah.
ding. It's very thrillery. Like, like not like Michael
It's
Jackson
anxiety
thriller, but like,
inducing.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like under your skin, this
Yeah.
guy is lurking at you with a camera. You know what I mean? And it's
I,
yeah,
I,
it's
I
fucking
love that.
creepy. Yeah.
I mean, if I throw a criticism out to it, it is sort of a scene by scene movie.
Do you think so?
It's a
It's
bunch
not
of
like,
really good scenes that it's a
is that the
it's a
Pressburger problem
it's a
of not
quilt.
having him?
I think that might have something to do with it. I mean, Powell is so much more interested in showing you immaculate images. He's more interested than in showing than telling for sure. And this screenwriter, Leo Marx, he was like the son of a psychologist. So he really came to it from the perspective. He was really into this idea of the son of, he was interested in that element of a son being evaluated by his psychoanalyst father. That's what he brought to the table. And I think that is the most potent, thematically potent idea that the movie brings to the table. That is one where it is very much, it's like, okay, so here is the big emotional core of the movie that we knock out in 5 minutes, and then that is largely disregarded for the rest of the movie so that we can show you these incredible images of people killing and being killed and discovering dead bodies. The highlight, I do think, being Mark killing the Moira Shearer character Vivian in the studio. I think that's probably
Love the scene where they're at the rehearsal and the guy's like dragging the trunk and like the slow
yeah. Where they're
reveal.
like, oh, okay, so we're gonna start incorporating the trunks into this scene, and it's like,
Oh
oh,
boy. But I love him just like he goes, it's almost like in your head. He's not doing it out loud because he can't, but like in his head, he's like, oh, the trunks, goody. And then like he gets his camera already, and the slow realization on the girl's face that that's a dead body in there is kind of epic. I do like that. I do think you're right, and it's sort of like a Hitchcockian sort of throwaway where like the police interrogate him, but like nothing really comes of it.
yeah, that doesn't really go anywhere.
But I do agree with you, Jay. Like I think that the idea of what the sort of thesis or the sort of idea of like this father has traumatically used his profession on his child to experiment with him and lead him down a road where the experiment has never stopped in his mind. And he is just continuing and continuing and continuing to explore really his father's work, not anything, not living a life beyond the experiment and being super ruined by that. And it's hinted at it. And I wish as the film went on, and especially by the end, I do wish that there was more of a catharsis, I think, there, because I do think it's sort of like just abruptly announced that like this kid was
It's yada
essentially,
yada.
it's very like yada yada, he got abused, yada yada yada, poor him, he's still a murderer.
This is
I
why
think
he's disturbed.
I think
But
the most
yeah,
terrifying scene actually in the film, if I'm going to say a scene was horrifying to watch and got really under my skin, was the scene where he is about to kill the mother, the blind
that's
mother.
exactly what I was gonna say when you said that. Yeah.
And I think that because even though she's blind, she can see him really for who he is. And it's the most when he's off his guard, and it's really when Mark's journey starts taking a downward spiral from there. I wouldn't say he's confident in what he does, but there is an ease to it through
Well, that's
through
the first time
repetition.
he's caught off guard.
Yeah, and he doesn't really know what to do because the cameras. She's not going to be able to react like any other victim has before, and
Right.
and so it's completely just thrown him off.
She's sort of like the perfect subject for him, but also he
The
doesn't
word.
get off on the idea that she might see the camera.
It's not
The
even.
secrecy is
Yeah,
part of what turns him on so much to that
and it's not like a
action.
sexual turn on. It's just like a psychological turn
Oh,
on.
it's sexual.
You think it's sexual?
100%.
Like the movie doesn't explicitly go there, I don't believe, but
I think the movie is very much implying that.
you think so?
Yeah.
Okay. I
Michael Powell's a little horny freak.
I mean, yes, I think he is, but I don't know. I think Mark.
Everything about the camera in this movie is phallic. That's all it
I
is.
mean, sure, but
Moment.
there is also something about Mark where it's like the brain of a child. Yeah, you know what I mean, it's like so
Like a horny teenage boy.
more like that young boy that we see in the videos that never grew the
Okay.
fuck up. Like, and that is all, and like you may see it, and I think that's honestly, Jay, it's a good Rorschach test. Like, if you see it as a 13-year-old boy that never got past the experiment,
See, I'm just
and
being mask off in the series. I'm
yeah,
like, Black Narcissus. Oh my God. Peeping Tom. Whoa.
whoa,
It's like, Jay, are you okay, man?
Jay, we need to talk. But no, I do think that I think he's more of a young kid, still curious, and when you're a kid and you're curious and stuff like that, like a camera can go anywhere, and then if it goes to inappropriate places, there's almost like that, like the sense of like when he is when he is like looking in the windows, it's like, oh, I got caught, and then it's like it's not like intentionally, like he's not sitting there like waiting with like a smile or a smirk
I mean,
or
the first one is with a sex worker.
yes,
Very explicitly. I mean, it's
but I think
very.
that's to disregard like her in general. Like I don't think he
It
values
could be. I mean,
her.
that's the easiest target in
Most
a lot of
serial
ways.
killers, when they kill people
Right.
of the night like that,
But most
they don't value, like
but
this
most
is the whole
serial
Jack the Ripper
killers
thing.
are sexually repressed men.
True, that is true. Yeah, but the movie establishes him as a psychologically troubled child, and then he's never grown up out of that. And it's almost like his father's put this psychotic film celluloid spell under him.
But now he's an adult, and what happens when you move from childhood
Sure,
to
but he
adulthood?
also is like when he's with this girl from downstairs, he recoils at the idea of even being with her. It's not like
That's
he's
because she's actually
interested in him.
showing him interest. Yeah,
Okay.
he likes the. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. He
He he
likes it.
likes
He
to
likes
punish people for rejecting the idea
or the
of
thought of
sexual
rejecting
relations
him.
with him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or the
exactly.
thought of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Whereas
this girl
now
is
he has
genuinely
someone
like
who seems to
interested
be
in him.
romantically interested in him, and he's like, well, I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah.
And then by the end of it, he sort of starts to respond to it and embrace it, but his sort of complete core ends up rejecting that idea.
Yeah.
It's tragic. It is tragic. It's very sad. The
It's
end is very sad.
it's a very sad ending because you just realize like I mean, you just realize that this guy, I mean, it was always most likely going to end like this.
He had a suicide mission, basically.
Yeah. And then you hear like his dad just the voice of his dad.
Good boy.
Good boy.
Played
I
by
Oh God, who is it? It's
the dad,
yeah, who is it again?
Michael Powell.
That's right. Sicko.
Sick freak, man. I mean, what is if you needed any evidence that this is about the psychopathy of being obsessed with filming people, that was it.
God, I wonder if David Lynch really liked this movie. I was watching it, getting a little bit of like he would probably have liked the idea of the camera being like a tool as like a weapon.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so like when I was watching it,
I
You know,
mean,
because
Powell had a lot of dream logic in his movies.
yeah, I mean,
I
well,
bet you
like,
Lynch probably did like him.
well, like the thing about like Lynch was like, I don't think his movies are scary, but they're
It can
unnerving
be.
and they can be creepy. You know what I mean? Some of the
Yeah.
stuff. Like I think of like the one guy in Lost Highway. It's maybe the most creepy thing I've ever seen in a film. Where the guy's like, I'm in your house right now. You know what I mean? Like shit like that, you know. That movie's so great. I love that movie. But
I love every David Lynch movie.
every David Lynch movie?
I don't love Dune.
I was
Every
gonna
other
say,
David Lynch movie I genuinely love.
Jay, what do you like more? Denis Villeneuve's Dune or David Lynch's Dune?
Uh, Villeneuve's Dune is a more successful film.
But aesthetically?
David Lynch's Dune is a far more interesting film.
Yeah. That's an interesting just behind the scenes bit
Yeah.
rather than like a tug of war of I haven't gotten that Arrow video one. Is it like I wonder if
I've
like,
gotten it. Yeah.
does it look good?
It looks great. Yeah.
Yeah. Arrow always does a great job with their stuff.
Arrow is great.
They're
Yeah,
really
they're
great.
good.
They might be actually my favorite boutique now. Like physical media.
Ahead of Criterion.
Don't tell them. I think Criterion, I love those guys, but
Criterion gets such good movies.
they get great movies, but they also, I don't know. Should I say it out loud?
You can say it.
They become like mainstream.
So
And
now you're just saying you're too cool for Criterion.
I just think Kino Lorber and Shout and
They're definitely cooler.
and they get more interesting stuff every month. You know what I mean? They're doing some interesting, you know, things.
They get more
genre stuff.
Honestly, no, they don't. Yes, Arrow and Kino Lorber get more genre stuff. Criterion still showcases very
Yeah, but then they get like K-pop Demon Hunter
lesser known. Yes, they do that
and
sometimes. But
and Guillermo del Toro's movies that you love.
I do love every Guillermo del Toro movie.
You gonna get that Frankenstein 4K?
But every month it's like there will be
Yeah, this new month was kind of nuts. The new John Water, like getting Hairspray and
yeah, there's 6 movies that come out. 2 of them are kind of classic, like canonized classics that
yeah,
they'll
do like the 4K upgrades, like 2 of those a month.
4 of them are like I've literally never heard of this movie before.
Yeah, I know it's kind of great. I know, including like these movies, because we wouldn't know most of these movies if we
Peeping Tom, a movie that was basically revived by Martin Scorsese and his buddies.
You know, Martin Scorsese should work on The Heartbreak Kid. Should do us all a goddamn favor and do that.
I don't know what the deal with that one is.
You know who actually should give him a call? I feel like PTA loves The Heartbreak Kid. I feel like that's a movie made for him.
Almost definitely.
Gotta feel like it. Like he's such a 70s aesthetic kind of, you know, Neil Simon, Elaine May. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to put their money where their mouth is. And I think Criterion's the person to do it. Like they could buy that easily. You probably have to waste a couple of films that year, but worth it. Worth it to save
take
that
it back.
movie.
Criterion isn't doing half of their movies that I've never heard of. I've heard of all of these, except I didn't know about West Indies, The Fugitive Slaves of Liberty, that a lot of people have really been like excited for. So I got to pick that one up.
I'm excited for it.
You seen it?
It's good.
Is it? I got to check that one out.
Yeah, put it on the list. Yeah, I'm actually really been excited that they brought back the Eclipse series and that trilogy that they have that's coming out. I've never heard of it. I'm super excited about it. That was one on the list. I was like, give me that, please. I like the Discovery, so I like that. I like
probably gonna get that. Probably gonna get that Magellan. Never saw Magellan.
I never. Oh yeah, you never saw Magellan?
Mm-mm.
You know what they got coming out this month?
What's that?
They got that Killers of the Flower Moon coming out.
Yeah, I've got that one on the way.
I got that copy already at the house.
Hits my mailbox. Yeah.
You know they got that score. That should have won.
You know, I decided that is my favorite movie of the decade so far.
That's your favorite movie of the decade?
Yeah.
Mad respect. That's a good one. I thought it was Nope.
No, Nope is up there. Nope is 2 or 3 probably.
Okay.
Killers of the Flower Moon is like I I think about that movie 3 times a week.
Do you see the still of the of Leo and J Law?
Yeah, he's got the stash. He's got the
He,
Oscar stash.
he looks so unrecognizable. You know what I mean? Are you mad at me that I said that out loud?
Wait, did people say that or something? I don't even
No, remember
understand.
when like Killers of the Flower Moon, that one photo came out, and a bunch of people went
The
out there
one
and
photo, yeah.
the one photo of like Lily Gladstone and him, and there were a lot of people at the time that were like, "Wow, Leo looks so unrecognizable." And so I made the joke online
Is that a
of
thing
like
that
the
people did?
yes, and it was so stupid.
Oh.
I'm like, "That's Leonardo fucking DiCaprio. What are you talking about, people?" And so I put out a tweet when the new photo for this movie came out. I'm like, "Oh my god, Leo looks so unrecognizable in this movie."
Wow, I didn't realize that was a thing that people were saying about
Yeah,
the one and only Killers of
image.
the Flower Moon still that we
Wait,
got for two
how did
years.
you see Killers of the Flower Moon if it was just one image for 3 hours?
Well, I just think that's a powerful image.
Yeah. Do we underrate Marty or undervalue him?
Who is we?
Like the world. I know we don't, but like it feels like we take him for
I
granted a little bit,
think the
right?
world doesn't appreciate the last 10 years of Marty as much as they
Do
should.
you think like when he won for The Departed, people stopped caring?
I
Because
mean,
he's
you could
made
argue
some of
that that's when people started to stop caring about movies at large.
that's fair, 20 years ago. But like
Yeah,
it just kind of felt like he's made some of the most interesting films of his career.
agreed. Irishman, Flower Moon,
Silence,
Silence, uh,
uh, people love Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street. I just rewatched Wolf of Wall Street. Gave it 5 stars, man. Like that movie is
Great fucking movie.
unbelievable.
It's
Yeah,
unbelievable that a 70-year-old man's making that movie
yeah.
with the
And it's
energy
such
of a
a
20 year
God. It's
old.
such a damning movie. It's so venomous.
It's really like I. It's kind of I don't think people give it enough credit because I think a lot of people thought that he was celebrating that shit,
I was
which
one of them when the movie came out.
you were wrong and you know it.
I wasn't like completely like, oh, well, why is he celebrating this guy? I was just like, I don't understand that ending.
And now
And
you
now I
do.
think I understand the ending, and I'm like, he is spitting in the face of everyone in the audience.
Yeah,
And
it's a massive
yeah,
damnation of our culture, you know.
but also that movie is just so funny.
Funny.
Oh my
Leo's
God.
so good in that movie. He's yeah. Is Leo the best movie star of our lifetime?
I think you
Is he your favorite movie star of our lifetime? Our lifetime, like our generation.
oh boy.
Would he be your fave?
He's definitely up there. Not sure if he's my fave.
Never asked you that. I know you love him.
I mean, does Denzel count as our lifetime?
I feel like he's right before, but I mean, like, he made his.
He's been big for our entire
I think for like our
life.
lifetime is when he became movie star Denzel Washington,
He started becoming a movie star when we were really, really young.
or just born.
Right.
Yeah,
We
uh,
grew up
we grew up
with
with that man's movies at and being
Leo.
on. Yeah,
Leo sort of aged with us a little bit more. I mean, he's still a good bit older than us, but
yeah, but he was like he's in our age bracket.
Denzel is like 20 years older than Leo,
Yeah,
at least.
I know. Who do you get excited more for a movie, Denzel or Leo?
Leo, because he doesn't do him as much.
Pitt or Leo?
Leo.
I
But
think you
that's
just
just because
I think you got your
Leo
answer.
only shows up for
Well, who's he working
bangers.
with? He's working with DiCaprio's working
Right.
with Paul Thomas
Brad
Anderson,
Pitt
Quentin
did
Tarantino,
Wolves.
Scorsese, and
Brad Pitt did Bullet Train.
yeah.
You know, like Brad Pitt will take a paycheck.
Then he does an Ad Astra. Then he does,
I
and
do
I
love,
mean
I mean, look, I love Brad Pitt.
and he does an F1, and you're like, God, he's still really good.
I don't think he's that good. And
I think he's good in that movie. I think you're fucking nuts.
tell you who's good in it.
Damson Idris,
Carrie
Gary
Condon.
Condon.
My goodness.
God. You know who's good in that too? Bardem.
Bardem rocks in F1.
And he rocks in Dune too. He's like, he's killing it left and right.
Bardem rules.
Bardem's one of the greats. Him and Brolin, put them in every movie together. Because they're guaranteed to give you at least like 2 or 3 scenes where it just rocks your movie. Makes it better. But anyway. Anything else you want to say about Peeping Tom?
My goodness, I feel like we have not given this one the.
I mean, we did good, but
really
like I think we can do better. I think we can give.
There's, I mean, there's so many things to talk about with it, but also I have a little bit of a problem because it is a movie that
I have a problem with that
stretches,
knife.
I'm just like, it looks amazing, and I have a great time looking at it. And I'm not as emotionally engaged by it as my favorite Powell work.
So it's a little bit of like a kind of a good test of our theory of what you and I both take out of a movie. This one's a little bit of a tug and pull between it because you're the visualist.
Yeah.
And I'm more of the what would you say? I value story and dialogue and plot.
Yeah, sure.
I'm more thematic.
Well,
right?
Yeah,
and you're more visualist, right?
You can express a lot of theme through style. And
I think visuals come first. I'm more of the idea, of like what the movie is saying.
My grand theory is if you care about story and theme first, read a book.
That's fair.
Because movie,
and if you care about a visual so much, go take a picture on your phone and go look at the world through that.
No,
you gotta have both. They gotta They gotta sing images, together, my friend. They gotta sing.
No, but
together.
Yes. The ideal, obviously, is them all working in perfect harmony, as many Michael Powell and Pressburger films.
But you know what, Jay? That's what makes this podcast so great. Because I value one, you value the other. You bring it together. Boom.
I value both, but I am.
I know you have a preference.
The great test for this is the Gore Verbinski film, The Cure for Wellness. Yeah. How much do you like A Cure for Wellness? I'm like, banger, and you're kind of like,
makes no sense. It's fair. I think it looks pretty because Gore Verbinski movies don't look bad.
Because
did you see his new one?
No, I haven't seen Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Is that what it's called?
I think so. Yeah.
Haven't seen it yet.
Yes, that's the order. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of disappointing.
You know what looks might be great. You know what is the ultimate culmination of image and emotion? Speed Racer, man.
Second Speed Racer mentioned on the show.
Speed Racer, man. I watched that last scene of Speed Racer so often.
A movie that Sophia doesn't like.
Well, nobody's perfect.
When are we going to get her to like that movie?
It is a very maximalist movie. I understand why some people are a little bit put off by it.
Yeah, I don't.
I think on the big screen.
There's something about seeing that movie
rocked my world. The enthusiasm in the theater watching Speed Racer was unbelievable.
There's something also earnest about that filmmaking.
Well, it is the most sincere movie ever made. Man. The Wachowskis are the most sincere filmmakers of this century.
Yeah, they really are.
For better and sometimes worse.
Yeah, they put those emotions on their sleeve, and you can't help it. Even if they're in their flaws, you're just like, God damn it, these people know what they're doing. That's why a Drew Goddard fucking Matrix movie sounds like shit. Because I don't want that. I want.
He's a very clever.
Yeah, I'm the smartest man in the room.
Yeah, he's.
And Lily and Lana are like, I want to make you feel something when you walk out of this theater.
Yeah,
and I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do that, because we don't get that a lot anymore. The
Matrix, that's a good one.
God, that's a great movie. All those movies rule. I don't care what you say. All of them rule.
I still don't like Revolutions, but
nobody's perfect.
Yeah, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect, especially if they're a Peeping Tom.
Yeah. He's a creepy little guy, that guy, isn't he?
He is. He's got like a little more handsome Peter Lorre energy going on.
I thought he looked like he had a little bit more of a handsome version of the guy that played Colonel Blimp. What was his name again?
Oh gosh, you're putting me
You
on the spot.
know what I'm talking about, right?
I do.
But he just had like the type. He just
I mean, he played a bunch of me. It's one of the most. I'm embarrassed that Anton Walbrook.
and no,
Oh, the other guy. You're saying the guy, or no, no. Oh, Roger Livesey is the guy that
yeah,
played Blimp.
yeah,
Your
Roger
Teo
Lisley,
was Anton Walbrook. Yeah,
yeah, like a little Roger Lisley, a little bit, just like the hair and looking very prim and proper and everything. Almost actually as the guy that plays the what's his face, Julian Crasta, almost has a little bit of that sort of aesthetic as well too.
sure.
They have a look of the guy what they like in their films is what I'm trying to say. But there's just something like when he's looking out the window all the time into that goddamn house. I mean, it's so creepy, but it's so childlike. It is just like it's like a kid looking at his toys at Christmas, of like, what's my next victim here? A
The
little bit.
only time he feels comfortable is when he is about to kill somebody.
Yeah. But isn't that how he's been wired and programmed?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't even think he looks comfortable watching
I don't feel
the
sympathetic to him.
film of him.
I don't think he's sympathetic, but but by the actions of his father, it's like the guy never got a real
Yeah,
fair
he certainly
shake.
is sympathetic when you watch that film,
Yeah, when you watch
which
the film with the lizard,
which
which
is
is
incredibly effective. It almost
very
leaves the
weird.
same impression on
Yeah.
me that like the short film in The Ring does, where you're just so unsettled by it.
Yes, and that movie, like another visualist movie that
Verbinski.
Gore Verbinski. It's a guy, oh, man, he knows how to make great images. But like, no, it's not sympathy in the same sort of way I guess it would normally be expressed. It's like I don't feel sympathy for the character in his predicament. I don't think the film also really gives him a
Yeah,
chance to have like a sense of like, real catharsis to have at the end. Like if in an
I
American
think I
version of
feel that a
this,
little more than you do.
I
I
think by
am
the
kind of
end of the
like,
film,
man, this guy's childhood sucked.
I mean, like, yes, there's that, but then, I mean, if you think that
This
there's
guy
an
was programmed to be
okay, but Jay, if you think that there's an evolution in this character from the child that got brainwashed to then being like a horny teenager in his brain, then there's not much sympathy that you can have. If you then think of my theory where he is a 6-year-old trapped inside a man's body filming this through the experiment of his father, that's where I think you can find a little bit of
See, no, I
sympathy.
would say I view it through the lens of a person who mentally is stuck in a permanent state of arrested development, but whose physiological urges otherwise have continued to evolve as he has grown up, gone through puberty, become an adult. And that's where I'm like, this is
Okay.
a movie about a sexually repressed man. Like that I think is as
But
much what this movie is about as anything. I mean,
so
the camera is you know,
say it.
metaphor.
The camera says, right? Yeah,
I
exactly.
can't whistle. Do you know that?
Yeah, you can't do that?
I can't whistle.
Why?
I don't know.
Never learned that?
I used to be able to, and I can't anymore.
I'd tell you, I used to not be able to snap and I used to not be able to whistle when I was a kid. And I just kind of when you got nothing to do in the summers and you're by yourself, you kind of teach yourself to do shit.
My grandmother used to call me the whistling chef because I would cook and I would whistle the whole time, and I can't whistle now.
What the hell happened?
I don't know.
When did you stop whistling?
When my father started videotaping me to analyze the effect that fear has on a child.
I thought it was going to be like why you can't hear the bell anymore because you don't believe in Santa like the Polar Express.
Yeah.
Now you can't whistle anymore because you've grown up.
Great snapper, though.
Great snapper. Okay.
I'm a great snapper.
Can you do it with both hands or just one?
Oh, both. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be able to. Yeah, I got to. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Exactly. And if you heard that, folks, congratulations, you're in my snaps. But other than that,
I specifically didn't do it because I didn't think that would be good for
podcast media.
podcast audio.
Well, they heard
But
it now.
who
But
knows?
you know what? We aim to please, and we aim to change it up a bit here on this podcast from now on. Then, um,
This isn't one of your favorite Powells, though, right?
no,
Yeah.
but I find it interesting.
I think it's incredibly interesting
I think it's
and
very interesting,
incredibly effective.
very effective for what it's trying to do. I don't think it's as
I don't think what it's trying to do is as interesting
complicated.
as,
I don't think it's as complicated.
yeah.
You know, and also I think films later on, like Antonioni's Blow Up, if you've ever seen that movie, I think is a little bit more of an interesting sort of film of using what the camera with the body, and I think there's more movies down the road that kind of examine this and do this to be
I
more
mean,
provocative.
De Palma made
Balma,
15 of these,
yeah, and he's a sicko. You know, we love him. You know what I mean?
and
Like
he employed Michael Powell.
there you go.
So I guess that's the perfect off ramp to late period Michael Powell.
I love that. By the way, De Palma, every time he thought he was about to like cook with like a masterpiece, and he has some great films in his filmography. There's no question. He'd go to the cinema, see the new Scorsese movie, and go, "Fuck!" You know, like
He got me again.
he got me again. He said, I forgot which movie he was making, but he went to the theater and he saw Raging Bull, and in the first 5 minutes, he went, he went, and to the person next to him he was ever sitting with, and he went like, "Well, shit." He did it, like
Raging Bull, a movie you don't even like that much.
it's fine.
Great masterpiece.
It's a good movie. It's not the movie I think. The movie that won Best Picture that year, it should have won. And it did.
We've litigated that, and you won.
Yes, I did. I
You
did win.
So yes, so obviously Scorsese became very good friends with Michael Powell. Michael Powell, Michael Powell's career was more or less disintegrated by the response to Peeping Tom, and if you believe the account that Scorsese has in the great documentary Made in England, Michael Powell was more or less broke
Yeah.
just a few years after this movie came out. And he was kind of like, wait, Martin Scorsese, up and coming film guy, you like my movies?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. And Scorsese being kind of the beginning of this movie brat era, the people who sort of legitimized film as an academic medium. People started to be able to see his movies more regularly in theaters. They sort of revived Powell and Pressburger as the masters that they have come to be regarded as. And in 1982, Francis Ford Coppola, it was sort of Scorsese, George Lucas, De Palma, Coppola.
Spielberg.
Coppola basically
Spielberg.
Spielberg slightly less so, but
He was part of the whole crew. What are you talking about?
He was in the crew. He wasn't in the crew like those other guys were in the
No,
crew.
he was mostly Marty's crew. But like, yeah.
But Coppola basically gave Michael Powell like a residency at Zoetrope Studios when, after he had had all of the success that he had had and was trying to make this revolutionary studio, he was basically just like, hey, Michael Powell, you can come in every now and then and we'll give you money so that you don't have to live in a, cabin, a tiny cabin in the woods anymore. You can live in Hollywood and write your autobiography, which is basically what he did. And that's a cool thing that Francis Ford Coppola did. Francis Ford Coppola is an interesting guy. The guy loves movies, maybe more than anybody.
That Francis Ford Coppola sure knows how to make movies. That Megalopolis, what a guy.
Haven't seen it still.
Can you need to watch that movie?
Isn't that crazy that I haven't seen that movie?
Yeah, it's kind of nuts because you were like, I can't fucking wait to see this goddamn movie for like a whole year, and then you didn't watch it like at all.
I was very early child. I was barely making it to the theater in those
That movie
days.
stinks. It's absolutely
Have
just.
you watched the Mega Doc?
I really wanted to watch it though, like that, like Megadoc. Am
Yeah,
I?
I've heard it's really good.
I've heard yeah, because I heard it's like really, it's really depicting and damning of like this whole vanity project.
You watched that Shia LaBeouf interview?
I got that on loop. Like,
I watched the whole thing.
yeah, how was it? Scary? Creepier than this?
It is sad.
Is it?
I Shia LaBeouf, when I was like 11,
Hmm.
I thought Shia LaBeouf was a genius.
Sure, but he's
Shia
also
LaBeouf was like my favorite guy.
sure. And now he's an abusive, crazy motherfucker.
He is an abuser. He comes from a line of abusers. He is, by all accounts, a person who has passed off his other people's work as his work.
Hmm.
It's he seems like a bad guy, but there's this part of me that retreats to my childhood in the same way that Mark does in the film Peeping Tom and just views him the way that I saw him when I watched Even Stevens and Holes, and I'm like, you were supposed to be good, man. Like, and it makes me sad.
Yeah,
I loved Shia LaBeouf.
I mean, sure. But then, and then he had kind of had like in 2019 that like resurgence with Honey Boy and was in the Peanut Butter Falcon and was
A
going to come
movie I
back.
liked, two movies I liked a lot.
Yeah. And then motherfucker broke that trust.
Yeah.
It's like it is, and then yeah, I mean he's in that movie. I don't know how Francis like had him in there. Yeah, like John Voight, he didn't give a shit about who was in that movie.
No,
Um, honestly, he didn't care. But I mean, it's a lot like watching Kanye.
it is Kanye-esque.
It's Kanye-esque where you're just like, yeah, all the talent in the world, man, and you just either it's genetic or ego or money or power or fame or past history or whatever
Or just addiction, man.
or just addiction.
Addiction sucks.
And addiction can also be not just drugs and alcohol and all that stuff. It could be power and fame itself, and some people
Ego.
can't
Yeah.
handle it. And um, yeah, because I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, My Dark Twisted Fantasy is one of the greatest albums I've ever heard in my life. And I was listening to that a ton in college.
Oh,
Like
Kanye's
those
approval
first
rating
four
in
album,
2012,
yeah, you're just like,
100%. Like everybody liked Kanye. Everybody
and
was like,
now it's
Kanye's
just
a
like,
genius.
and now it's just like, please stay away from me on all my
Yeah.
timelines for the love of God. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it would be like if Kendrick Lamar in the next decade had a downward spiral like that. Oh, I doubt it at this point.
Started a podcast with Nick Fuentes.
Yeah, and went and hung out with Trump.
Started looks maxing.
God, I love Kendrick though.
I'm gonna start looks maxing.
Please don't.
I'm gonna start hitting my face with a hammer.
You got a nice face.
Thanks,
Don't do
man.
that. Don't do that. You wouldn't look like David Cornsweet anymore.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look like Shia LaBeouf.
Oh Jesus, God. That's a plastic surgeon gone wrong. You don't need to do that. Jay,
Yeah, man.
before we get out of here, we're going to test your awards season knowledge based on the film we just reviewed, Peeping Tom. In a segment we like to call, not a schedule, Jesus Christ. In a segment we like to call, it's an honor to get nominated. Jay, Peeping Tom, very divisive film, 1960. Was it nominated for anything?
I don't think the Razzies were around at this time, but my impression is that if they were, it would have swept the awards.
Do you okay, this is actually a good question because I know your answer is no, it was not nominated for anything.
Yeah.
But the real question is, do you understand why this was considered so terrible at the time?
No.
I don't get it either.
I really don't.
Do you think that there was like some sort of sentiment about like because he broke up with Pressburger, going on his own, holding up his masterpieces, the provocateurness of this, provocative nature of this. Sorry, um, the general uneasiness, the
I'm
playing with the
not.
form, like that there was just this outright rejection, or there was like this
They might
readiness
have
for
cared that
rejection.
much in England. I don't think they cared that much about them in America.
So, well, I mean, they did have some crossover success.
They did. They weren't Hitchcock, right? They weren't
No,
Billy Wilder at this point, right? I do watch the movie, and it is to me at times so like it avoids explicit violence so aggressively that I am kind of just like, why were you guys so concerned with this thing?
yeah,
It's moody. It's not abhorrent. It's, but sometimes it is the implication of sensitive material
the
that
implication.
impacts you more than, showing the thing that you have in the back of your mind. Uh,
Yeah,
I really don't know. I mean, I watched it today and I can't even get into the mindset of people 66 years ago being like, this is evil.
remember when
Like,
we watched the when we did our Billy Wilder series years ago? And speaking of Billy Wilder in 1960, the Oscars for
oh, this was the
1961.
apartment year.
This was The Apartment.
Great film.
One of the greatest films ever made. Period.
What would you give best pick to, Apartment or Psycho?
Psycho.
I think I'd give it to The Apartment.
You still would give it to The Apartment, huh?
I love The Apartment.
Well, that's where I would probably go back and give it to Sunset Boulevard.
Oh, this is the Sunset Boulevard year.
No,
I
no, no,
like that one.
no. This is The Apartment year, but like I'm just saying, like I
No,
go
no, but
back in
this is the
time.
same year as Sunset Boulevard.
No, it's not.
What? So what are you
No,
saying?
I'm saying that I would go back in time. Like if I'm giving Psycho Best Picture to The Apartment, I would give
Oh,
I
got it,
would
got it,
give
got it, got it,
Sunset
got it. You're
Boulevard Best
giving
Picture
oh,
instead of
obviously
All
it's not
About
the Sunset
Eve.
Boulevard year.
Yeah, yeah,
Got it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, got it, got it, got it. So you're
Even though I
doing
love All About Eve, I think Sunset Boulevard
Sunset Boulevard rocks.
is a like I think that that movie for when it was out and what it's doing, like I you know what's so crazy about Sunset Boulevard, and we've talked about this before.
How good it is.
Well, besides how good it is, like that movie's got weird shit in it.
It feels so modern.
It's so modern, and
So is The Apartment, though.
that movie's very. I mean, that's Billy Wilder for you right there. This is
Yeah.
such a modern, ahead of his time screenwriter, a timeless screenwriter. Um, but when you watch Sunset Boulevard, it's like, my God, like there's that movie is like a horror movie more than it is a like a period piece. Truly one of the great films ever made. I love that movie. They got a 4K come out recently for it, and I watched it and I thought it was a really great transfer. But yeah, and that's how I would do it. But I think Psycho's pretty great, and you know, embrace the horror back then, so then we don't have to start embracing it now because I feel like we're having to overcompensate in the horror. Not that like horror is a bad thing to embrace, but it's like it took us a long time to finally get here. We should have been doing this all along.
Elevated horror, man.
Well, I don't think elevated horror is the thing that's getting nominated and wins. Like it's a lot of populist horror. Like Sinners is very populist. Weapons was very popular.
Sinners is, well, Weapons got one
Frankenstein was
Oscar
very popular. Like online and in the theaters when it played limited. Like Del Toro's a
Frankenstein is
brand.
very stinky.
Well, yeah, you may think that, but a lot of people love that movie. A lot of people watched it.
Stinky.
A lot of I understand that.
I have
The
not
Substance
seen,
did really well.
I've only seen one of, The Apartment is the only Best Picture nominee I've seen of this bunch.
You haven't seen The Alamo?
Haven't.
Sons and Lovers?
You know what? I missed it.
The Sundowners?
Oh, Sons and Lovers was directed by Jack Cardiff, the Archer's cinematographer.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Interesting. You seen that one?
No, I haven't. But
And Sundowners, Fred Zinnemann, not one of my guys.
maybe I'll put it on tonight. Who knows? Trying to just see what other films were in
So I'll
this.
throw it in there for Best Picture. Why not?
What, Peeping Tom?
Yeah, because I've only seen one.
What other movies came out that year? Yeah, look at that.
Well, yeah.
Magnificent Seven. You like that one?
Yeah, it's fine. I
What?
prefer the Denzel version.
Chris Pratt. I love that. I
I would
love that.
definitely give it cinematography
Can I tell you,
and
in
score
the
and sound.
in the Antoine Fuqua, Denzel Washington, The Magnificent Seven, there's a great moment when Ethan Hawke is like going to his
Movie
death
has a great cast.
as a fantastic cast, and like he doesn't have to like die. You know what I mean? Um, what's his name? Ethan Hawke. He doesn't have to die that way. Like it can, he can wait a minute. You know, and but he doesn't, and and just the way it's like the way they build up the death scene, and then it's just like three shots, and he falls flat on his ass
Yeah, it's
and
tough.
dies. It's fucking hilarious. Anyway, sorry,
Denzel,
just
Ethan Hawke,
had to point
Chris
that out.
Pratt, who I still think like we all liked Chris Pratt back then.
We did
We definitely did.
back
Haley
then.
Bennett, yeah.
I mean,
Vincent
sure,
D'Onofrio, Peter Sarsgaard, Lee Byung-hun is in that.
okay,
Matt Bomber. It's got guys in it.
it's got a good cast.
It's got a good cast.
It's got a good cast. I remember enjoying it in the theater. Now you can experience Antoine Fuqua's new film this year. Do you know what he's doing this year? Your most anticipated movie of the year,
Hee hee.
Michael. I need one time for that for the kid that's playing Michael Jackson to go, you guys are being ignorant. You guys are just being ignorant.
Jack Cardiff's movie Sons and Lovers won cinematography, but he was not the cinematographer on it.
Can I tell you? I
It's interesting.
think I think Coleman Domingo is gonna win the Oscar for playing their dad.
That movie could be such a disaster
It's probably going to be.
that it doesn't
Doesn't
even.
matter. It's gonna make $1 billion. It's gonna make a shit ton of money.
I mean, I guess you can't discount anything if Bohemian Rhapsody got Rami Malek an Oscar.
There you go. I will say I think that makeup's getting nominated like, easily. Like the way Coleman Domingo looks like Joe Jackson is insane. I guess if you see the photos of how they both look, it is really it's really like
This
wow.
was the year of Spartacus. Do you like Spartacus?
Not one of my favorite
I don't really
Stanley
like.
Kubrick films.
I don't really like Spartacus that much.
It's on a lower tier, but I understand
No.
its relevance. People love it.
This was the year of Pepe. What do you think of Pepe?
No.
How about The Rise and Fall of Legs Diamond? Do you like that one?
Well, first of all, Legs Diamond was your name in college, to be fair. I've seen your legs.
It's so funny looking at
Shiny.
these old Oscars and being like, man,
What the fuck are half of
some
these
movies
movies?
just don't
Like,
last. Yeah.
some movies just don't exist, even if you put them in the Warner archives.
Visit to a Small Planet.
Cool.
Jerry Lewis movie.
Oh yeah. I
Nominated
wonder
for
if they're
Best
ever
Art
going to release
Direction.
that Jerry Lewis movie.
The Clown, The Day the Clown Cried.
Yeah, man, I would watch the shit out of that.
Oh, I have it. I've got a copy.
You do?
Yeah, they restored it to 4K for me. Goliath 2, a short from Walt Disney, was nominated in gorgeous Technicolor.
This is the year La Dolce Vita came out. Wasn't eligible though. God, it's part of that. Anytime I think of La Dolce Vita, I think of that freaking clip.
That's pretty good.
I don't want to sit on a jury and be like a schmuck who's reading La Dolce Vita versus Batman versus Superman. Fuck him and the horse he rode in on, and the ship that brought him over here, and the dog that walks behind him.
He was
Fuck
the
them
man.
all. It's my favorite quote.
He was the man.
God, I love Billy. I miss. Yeah, that was such a great series we did. Not to toot our own.
That
horn.
was a fun one. I watched
That was-
all those movies. Some of them were so bad.
But then you watch The Hunted. My wife was just telling me the other day about like because my dad was telling me because he was looking on the shelf and I got the 4K of The Hunted. He's like, "Is this good?" And Megan looked at him and said, "That movie rips." I was like, just came out of nowhere when we were at the house, and I was like, "Yeah, Dad, it's pretty goddamn good." Because he's like, "I like Benicio, I like Tommy Lee Jones." I'm like, "Go watch that one." Jay,
Yeah, man.
any um any final thoughts you have on, I guess, Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger? I mean, we probably did them last week, right? But any last things you
Yeah.
want to say about the
Well,
series? This is the
yeah.
last time we're gonna talk about these guys.
I
I miss them
I don't
already.
know. I mean,
We got a lot of it out last week.
we got a lot of it out on the last ep.
Yeah,
Um,
it was
I
good though.
I I
I'm gonna
love
miss
him.
them.
I love him. I love him more now than I did 2 months ago.
Are you happy we did this revisit?
It was my idea, man.
Are you happy that you revisited them?
So happy.
Are you happy that you did the episodes with me?
So happy that we were able to do these episodes. And this was almost just a selfish thing from me to just be like, I could watch all the Powell and Pressburger movies again as an excuse to watch them. Let's do them on the podcast. And we did, and it was totally worth it. And I had a great time. We had some great guests. Um, and I loved it.
I loved it too, buddy. It was a good suggestion. Jay, can you tell everybody where they can find you and all your work on the internet?
Yeah, Letterbox J Ledbetter. Any writing I'm doing over at the great website awardswatch.com. Twitter at Mr. J Ledbetter. My recommendation of the week, Ryan. I'm in my TV era right now.
Look at you.
I have discovered that my wife likes TV so much more than movies.
I think my wife's like that too. She's like, can we watch this series? Can we watch that? And I'm like, yeah, but could we watch this movie tonight? And she goes, no, I don't want to. I'm movied out. I'm like, I can't
That
get her
is
to
how
go.
my wife is too.
I can't get her to go back to the theater.
She will watch 5 episodes of Mad Men, but God forbid I try to make her watch an hour and 45-minute movie.
Doesn't matter anymore,
It's
man. Like an
it's
hour and a
interesting.
half doesn't even matter anymore. You
Yeah,
know, can't get him to do it.
it's interesting.
It's kind
It's
of cool
interesting.
though.
It's a reflection of the world.
It's kind of cool though.
But anyway, been watching a lot of TV, including a new series from the great folks at HBO,
Oh, okay.
um, soon to be Paramount.
God damn it! Why do you have to do that? Why are you bringing that shit up?
This
Such
is a
such a
collab
prick.
between A24 and HBO, a television program called Neighbors. You watching this one, Ryan?
My wife watched the first episode of this without me. Fucking shit. And but she told me it was good, but I don't know. But she didn't tell me what it was about. So what is this thing about?
So it is a reality show about neighbors. Each episode, 30 minutes. It's about a set of neighbors who have beef.
That's a different show
For
though. That's on Netflix. Beef is the one.
Beef is a different show. That's a great point, Ryan. But
Yeah, you're
it's
welcome.
basically just about petty disagreements that become life dominating rivalries. It's like rich guy gets mad that people are on the beach, like outside of his house, like his beachfront property. People are putting their umbrellas up at the beach outside of his deck or whatever. And then there's a lady down the street who doesn't live on the beach who makes it her main mission to make sure that the beach is open to anybody. And it has become this like knockdown, drag out, like, you better be careful, I might kill you type. These people are just the characters are unbelievable. And it is filmed and edited in crazy ways. Some of the episodes. I will say I'm on episode 6 now. The first 3 episodes, 4 probably,
Mhm.
are unbelievable. The last 2 have not been nearly as good. The first episode and the third episode
Okay.
are can't miss TV. What they do with the camera in the first episode was blowing my mind. Never
Mhm.
seen anything like it before on TV or in movies, really. it is avant-garde at times what they're doing. It reminds me more of, I've brought him up on this podcast before, but the Connor O'Malley, who had a big week this week. Did you see his video?
No.
The I think his video was called Irish Zionism. It
Okay.
was like a 7-minute video that went really, really viral this week.
Oh,
He's
is that
this
about like all the terrible people in Ireland or whatever or something like
No, it
that's
was complete. It's absolutely ludicrous. Like it's
okay.
total comedy
Oh, it's like a
insanity.
comedy thing. Okay. I hadn't
This
seen. I
this
had heard about something like that, and people were sharing, but I didn't. I was like, "Is this good or bad?" I don't know.
it is not to be taken seriously, but it is
Okay.
a reflection of our times in ways that the things that we are supposed to take seriously cannot effectively portray. It's potent. Connor O'Malley, genius, love him. He was in Friendship.
Okay.
The
I
you
still
know
didn't.
he's
I still haven't seen Friendships.
he's good buddies with Tim Robinson, so that's kind of the
Oh, I love
energy
Tim
that
Robinson.
he brings. But this has that energy.
Mm.
This is produced by Josh Safdie and Ronald Bronstein.
Two good
It it
guys.
it has that
Kidding.
manic, tense, anxiety-inducing, like almost feels surreal, but it is real.
Mm.
It's great. I love it. I'm having a great time with it. I hope after episode 6 it gets a little bit better. We've had
Okay.
two not incredible episodes, but the first 4 episodes are sublime. And they're
Okay.
short, 30 minutes.
Oh, you know I love a 30
Love
minute
it.
show.
Yeah.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Blue Sky at McQuade77. Main shows up on Mondays here at awardswatch.com, where you can find also all my other stuff. iTunes, Spotify, 5-star reviews. Greatly appreciated while over the website. Sign up for the newsletter. Best place to get all of our news, reviews, interviews, podcasts sent to you all in one place. Recommendation of the week. I'm going to recommend a TV show as well. Look at us.
Okay.
And Jay might roll his eyes at me, but I'm going to legitimately tell him and our audience out here. The Ted series on Peacock Plus
Wow. That's filmed right down the street from me.
is genuinely great. Is maybe the greatest thing McFarlane has done in a decade and a half. I think that show is so funny. That
I
ensemble
remember
is
liking
great.
Ted 1.
The first Ted is good. Second Ted, clips wise,
Terrible.
it's fine. Clips wise online, it's fine. As a whole movie, not so much. But this show in particular, Jay, 30-minute episodes, very funny. Kind of plays it like it's like a sitcom, and I don't know. It's got funny themes every week. It's set in the 90s. The Ted stuff with John, with the kid that plays John, is funny and interesting enough, but it's actually all the side characters. The
Is it
people,
the Mark Wahlberg character? Is it a
yeah,
completely different
it's the Mark Wahlberg character.
young Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah, it's the young Mark Wahlberg
Okay.
character, and the kid that actually plays young Mark Wahlberg's actually pretty good. But it's his parents and his cousin on the show, and particularly though his mom on the show, that say maybe the most ridiculously funny lines of dialogue I've seen on a television show in a while. McFarlane, though, I know, has stuck his foot in it by using AI for one scene in one of the episodes that I
Oh, the
haven't
Bill
watched this
Clinton
year, the
thing?
Bill Clinton thing. I
Mm.
really kind of am like super pissed off about that, because it's just like, just use terrible makeup, because that's the point of terrible makeup on a television series, because that's actually funnier. Like when I said use terrible makeup, Jay actually smiled right there. That's funnier than using AI. But McFarlane's already kind of come out and said that it's going to be very difficult for them to even potentially make a third season, because the show is so expensive because of the CGI of Ted, and
Hmm.
kind of doing it with the live action and everything. To do it over 8 episodes is a lot. The first season's 9 episodes. The second season's 8 episodes. Really funny show, Jay. if you have nostalgia for like the old Family Guy, and if you ever liked American Dad and some of the old stuff that McFarlane was really good before he sort of
I'm
kind of
just looking
just
forward to Stewie. I can't wait for that.
for what do you mean?
There's a Stewie spin-off show.
Oh, is it really?
It's about to come out. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, but well, before all that, I really think him and his team have put a lot of really great care, and it's a very, very funny show.
What a way to finish out our Powell and Pressburger series. Neighbors and Ted.
Ted. Season 2 is out on Peacock right now. Jay, I truly think, I don't know if your wife would like it. My wife does not like Seth MacFarlane stuff at all.
Mm-hmm.
And she watched this show and she thinks it's hysterical.
But here's the problem.
Yeah.
That would require me to subscribe to Peacock.
Well, maybe I could work something out.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Now we're cooking with gas, baby.
Yeah. I think that we have a limited amount of time left to do that. So we can figure something out. Though we do not here at Director Watch condone sharing things.
I do. I condone it.
Okay. Well, you've also been a pirate before.
If a movie is not available through
You'll
first-hand
search the
means,
seven seas.
I will scavenge the seven seas with Captain Jack Sparrow.
So that's it for our Powell and Pressburger movie series. Jay, we have to announce our new series that we start next week.
Yeah, can't believe it.
It's a small series, but we're very excited about it. It's only 3 weeks here on Director Watch. A small series, but one that we're very excited to talk about. Mm-hmm. And that's the films of Charles Burnett.
Yeah.
And I'm
so
really
made 6 movies. We're covering 3.
We're covering 3 of them. These are the more notable films. We're doing Killer of Sheep next week. I was combining titles. And then we're going to do To Sleep with Anger, and then The Annihilation of Fish. So it's going to be a 3-week series. We'll probably most likely see all 6 films and be able to talk about them all here on this series. But a nice change of pace, a little mini series. And then after that series, we have our big summer series of the summer that we're really
going pretty mainstream.
We're going pretty mainstream, going pretty big. But we've got a lot of guests lined up for it already, and we're really excited about it. So thank you all so much for listening, and we will see you all next time.